Hi, welcome to the Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Holy bat hair! Batman. I am prepping for tomorrow, so this is, by the time you've seen this, you've known what I've gone as, so I'm giving myself a general idea of what I want, and then I'll tweak it and fine-tune it tomorrow as I am filming this. And this review is Batman Bad Blood. And this was in my local library, and I got the Blu-ray disc. So I watched it last night. Wasn't quite sure what I was going to expect. I was kind of impressed. It was very much modern Batman. Let's see if I can. Oh, or I could just pull the stupid thing out of my thingy here. Ugh. Can't read writing up close, let alone far away. And this is neat because it includes the, well, most of the Bat family. I mean, you really don't think of Batman as a group of person, but you've got Alfred, you've got Batgirl, you got Batwoman, who is in here, who I thought was a character just created for this particular movie. Apparently there's been quite a few Batwomen in the history of Batman. You've got the various Robins. Well, you got Robin, you got Nightwing. And you have sort of a new Bat character who's attached to Lucius. So he's got quite the posse going. And it's definitely an ensemble piece. Let's see. It goes, Gotham City night sky erupts in flames as Batman battles Firefly, Tusk, and Killer Moth. Sadly, very lame monsters or bad guys in the Bat universe. But when the smoke clears, Batman is missing and the mysterious Batwoman is the only witness to the events, and she had one badass costume. Of course it was black and red too, so I'm like, oh yeah, loved the costume. Now, with the Bat signal going unanswered and the city on edge, Nightwing and Robin form an uneasy alliance, and of course Robin's Damian Wayne at this point, forming an alliance with Batwoman and newcomer Batwing. Together, they fight and uncover a sinister plot that involves mind control and a monstrous new villain known only as the Heretic. It's an all-new epic chapter from the DC universe that proves when it comes to Batman, justice truly does run in the family. And let's see, I thought here and I lost. The villains in the movie suck. They're just sort of there to be villains. There's even very little interaction between the characters, but fortunately it focuses more on, like, Nightwing and his relationship to Batman, and, you know, how he feels with and without the cowl, if that makes sense. Robin's relationship to Batman, which is, you know, Damian Wayne, like I said. Then you've got Alfred and how he kind of holds everybody together. There's even an appearance of Batgirl as Batgirl, not Oracle, which was kind of sad. So it was nice to see them interplay with each other, and it was really kind of cool to see Nightwing as Batman, because at one point he puts on the costume and you realize kind of there's a lot more to being Robin than just being Robin. Holy rusted metal Batman, you know? It's a lot more complicated when you finally see grown-up Dick Grayson, you know? Damian, on the other hand, was a royal pain in the ass. Every single iteration of this character, you just want to slap this little bastard. I mean, I kind of understand when he's Talia's daughter, or Talia's son, I should say, and that sort of the environment he was sort of brought up in, but he's such a brat and pain in the ass. It's like, you are the reason I don't have children. So yeah, I really dislike Damian. I liked Batwoman, not to be confused with Batgirl. They're two very different characters. Batwoman was such a badass too, but I'm not quite sure how she connects to Nightwing. In the beginning, he's kind of talking to a girl that kind of sounds like Batgirl. I mean, I thought it was Batgirl, but then it sounded like the same woman who's doing Batwoman. So I'm like, well, what? Yeah. So I didn't know if there's like a romance there, but then it goes to a scene, just a random scene of Batwoman and her everyday normal person guys at a bar talking to this woman, and it cuts into them sort of after having this conversation, and she's like, you know, I really like you, you know, I'm like, I'm not saying this, you know, as a pickup line. It's like, can I give you my number, you know? And it was, you know, between this lady cop and Batwoman, and it was like, and it wasn't done for laughs or silliness. It was like a little snapshot of like normal. It was done, it was just so nicely done, you know, that it wasn't, regardless if it was two guys, two girls, a man and a woman, it didn't make any difference. It was just a nice scene to be seen. And it's kind of neat how it kind of ties in later at the end. If there's one word I could sum up this movie in, it would be nunjas. Take a moment here. Nunjas. Nuns who are ninjas. And they use this word, nunja, perfectly. And I'm like, yes! If I was Catholic, I'd be a nunja. And it was so freaking cool. It was like stupid, but they were so badass too, you know? Nunjas. So, it was a very, very Arkham Knight kind of feeling to this. So it was a very good film. I recommend going out and finding it, especially if you're interested in like DC Universe and Batman in general. Main movie awesome. Especially when I was mentioning, you know, the subtle things. Then you go into the special features. Batwoman and Batman switch bodies. And every gay stereotype you can think of, they did. And I'm like, yes, it's funny seeing Batman doing the sort of poses, but it was like, really? Haven't we grown up yet? It's like, oh. But it was still good because it really did kind of bring into focus sort of the gender aspect of, you know, how women are treated against how men are treated, you know, because Batwoman is doing the same thing as Batman, and this is like from 1940s version. It was very film noir, but there's, you know, points too. It's like, it was a very strange short to watch. It's like, it was funny but weird at the same time. I don't know. Let's see. And there's two of them. One was like maybe a 5-minute short that just sort of drops you in the middle of like this battle with like DC's version of Ant-Man apparently. Aquaman comes in, this bumbling idiot. Ant-Man's trying to describe, you know, he wants you to pick up this crystal, put it in this fancy device, and Aquaman's like, duh. And he's like, the big shiny thing goes in the big thing with all the buttons. And I'm like, it's Aquaman. The Aquaman that I have the most respect for is from Injustice, Gods Among Us. That's an Aquaman. That's my Aquaman. It's like, of course, he's king of Atlantis. That requires some sort of dignity and intelligence. This guy was, what the hell? So you go from being mature, intelligent, respectful to, what the hell were you thinking? So this particular little DV thing kind of runs the gamut of the entire spectrum. And I pretty much covered the other points that I have. So you got special features exclusively on the Blu-ray, so apparently it's not on the DVD. Putting the fight in Gotham, which is kind of interesting because it goes into Batman's fighting style and how it's evolved over the years, especially since with the modern animation styles and the video games, you're much more free in the movement. Because like in the original comic book, in the like 30s and 40s, you had that, you had society's restriction, then you had the Comics Code Authority, so you couldn't quite do Batman until recently, where you can really understand what Batman can do. So it was very interesting in them going into things like that. Expanding the Batman family, which kind of goes in detail of the new characters and the characters in general. And then from the DC Vault, 2 bonus cartoons, or which are the ones I was, yeah. So, I would say probably skip the bonus ones. and go straight for the movie. So, this was... Holy fuzzy butt munch, Catherine. This was DC Universe's original movie, Batman Bad Blood. And this came out, and it's rated PG-13, which most videos are apparently now. I'm not sure when this came out. 2000, nope, that's not it. There's a lot less numbers in 2001, okay. 2016, so it's new this year. So, yeah, check your library, check Amazon. Worth a watch. So, thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at The Strange and Exotic. See you next time, Batfans.